What's up, guys? Brett, I see you in I'm going to bring you right on, man. Have some grapes and cheese. I'll bring you right on. I see you in the green room. Hey, guys, we are live right now. Historically Haunted Vodcast, Season 6, Episode 3. Flying right along here with a very, very a bucket list guest of mine, the Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, where we came from the Ed Gein series. We're going to talk about all of that in a minute. I got my guest, Brett Wagner, on, actor, voice actor, host, biker. He's been in shows, TV, voice acting, all that stuff. But before we bring him on, he's also going to be in Clown Motel 3, which sponsored the podcast a couple months ago. And Mary Kate, who's an actress in that movie, she told me to tell Brett hello. Sent me this.
Everybody, it's Mary Kate, actress and model and photographer. Rebel Yell Photography, Clown Motel, 3 Ways to Hell, and Horror Hound Bite with Mary Kate. And you are watching the Historically Haunted Vodcast with my good friend, Adam, the historical ghost hunter. Hey, everybody.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Shout out, Mary. We're going to talk real quick about that. Hi, man. So, show's also sponsored by the new feature film Dasher Slasher about the killing the DoorDash guy. Appreciate the sponsorship, guys. So without further ado, the big man. This is a bucket list for mine. Christy Marie's met him. Yes, I know. I'm so excited. Brett, what's going on, brother? Leatherface.
Hey, buddy. How are you?
Good. Can you hear me, my friend?
It's when you use your phone, it's light, but I can hear you. As long as we don't talk over each other, we're all good.
No, you got the floor, my brother. It's an honor. I want to say, first and foremost, a big fan. Not even just that, but just like Sons of Anarchy. I started going through your list, and I've been watching. You're in so much TV and film. So first and foremost, welcome to the show, and I appreciate your time. So thank you, and nice to meet you.
Yeah, man. Thank you. I'm up in Arizona right now because me and the wife are moving from California, and we're going to Arizona. So we come up here to talk to a realtor, and my in-laws live up here. So, you know, it's a quick, it's a jaunt. It's not that bad. It's 5 hours from LA. So, and then if I have to catch an airplane, I drive an hour and a half to Vegas and fly back.
I was going to say between that and conventions and radio shows and going to meet and greets, and now you're heading up to Maine. My birthday, September 6th. I'll meet you in person. You're a busy guy.
Yeah, it's, you know, when you're on we call it the con life, when you're doing the conventions a lot, it's especially as you get into June and July and after, and especially right now, August, September, October.
Halloween season, man.
It's busy, man. In fact, I'm going to be at the Maine Paranormal Horror Con Cup, so I'm pretty excited about that. In a couple of weeks, I'll be up there in Maine, so we're pretty excited about that.
Yeah, I'm 30 minutes north of that. I'm by Bangor, where Stephen King lives. And I'm going to be at the show, too. Of course, I know Jeff very well. Jeff speaks the world of you, and you and I have chatted before. And I'm excited to meet you. Have you ever been to Maine, man? Ever been to New England?
Well, what was that? Oh, yeah, of course. I've been a couple times, but way a long time ago when I was a kid when that. But, yeah, you know, there's a big lineup. CJ Graham, myself, Tony Moran, my buddy from The Walking Dead, Santiago Cirillo. I think Nancy Ann Ritter's going to be there from Scream. I think it's and then just of course all the paranormal folks, they're going to be there. So you know it should be good. And you know they've been advertising, and for a first time con, these guys have been sticking a lot of money into it. So they've been pouring a lot of money, their hearts and souls into it. So. You know, I'm pretty excited for them. They're doing it the right way. Obviously, when you do a bunch of conventions, as I have the last 5 or 6 years, and you know, I get to go cruise around with a lot of people that I love and respect, the Felissa Rose, Dave Sheridans, the CJ Grahams, all this stuff, and you get to see these conventions, and some of them are run really well. Some of them have been around for 30 years, and they might not be run real well.
Yeah.
However. Guys up here doing the right thing. They're bringing in the right people, and they're doing the right thing, spending the right money where they need to, and I think the fans are going to have a really good time.
Well, I think, well said, Brett, first and foremost. You're not like you're reading a script. That's fucking perfect. But secondly, because I know Jeff personally for years, they're fans first. You dig? They like your work. They like Halloween. They get that Moran is the first Mike Myers unmasked. This is not just your typical fanboy stuff. This is real deep stuff, and this is big, man. Annabelle, everything. So I'm excited.
Oh yeah, gosh, let's not forget about the real Annabelle doll going to be there. That's a big deal. But yeah, you were 100% correct. You know, when people are fans of the genre, like I was a fan of the genre, and that's why I started acting. I wanted to be in horror movies, you know, and it took a long time. 10 years into acting, maybe 12 years before I got to do Buffy and Angel, and then I started doing some other stuff, and then I got lucky with the Texas Chainsaw Massacre for a little bit of time on the movie. So yeah, it's the fans, people that are fans of the genre that go to the cons themselves, and then they decide they're going to take a leap of faith and jump into it. They're usually a lot better prepared. At least they, like you said, their heart's into it. It's not just a make money. It's like, hey, we're going to put this on for the fans and see what happens, and hopefully everything clicks. And it's good to bring in the right people too. All the people they're bringing in are really class acts, so we should have a good time.
Well, you mentioned too that you're kind of friends / fans of each other, so that's kind of good. You kind of gel. Moran and fucking CJ. I'm friends with them on Facebook. I met Moran in Salem a couple years ago. Because you're thick, you got a thick list, man. There's gonna be people that are gonna be there trying to have you sign Texas and Sons of Anarchy and the Crazies remake. Oh my god, I went to Iowa where the original was filmed, where the Land of the Living Dead was. So, you a fan of that shit? What's one of your favorite classics that you weren't in?
No, I mean I'm a big Hammer guy. I love all the Hammer films, and of course, Romero, Night of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, the remake is fine, but the original is so good. And then I'm a big fan of some real cheesy stuff like Children Shouldn't Play with Dead Things, and which it would be a good remake. And then I love this movie Shockwaves, Nazi zombies coming out of the water, and all this stuff that's pretty cool. And I'm just a fan of the genre. So.
And I'm not going to lie, not to cut you off, but I just watched the newest one on Tubi with you guys in the desert, like the Toxic Avengers of murderers and shit. I'm like, this is fucking dope. You were in that one. What is it called? I just had it memorized. Desert Fiends.
Yeah, Desert Fiends was great. Desert Fiends was fun to do with Sean C. Phillips. Sean is a filmmaker that over the past 10 years has been doing good crowdfunding and getting the crowdfunding together, and then getting some good actors in his movies. I mean, at Desert Fiends, I get to kill Scout Taylor Compton and Bai Ling, and Tom Arnold's in it, and Robert Lasardo. And we filmed part 2, and part 2's got a good cast in it. So Sean is moving up the ladder. Yeah, part 2's already filmed, so hopefully that'll come out. We did a movie called Skate to Hell with him as well. In January, we'll have a big red carpet for that. So, with guys like Sean and some of these other directors, obviously with the Terrifier crew and those guys, the Levy brothers and Damien Leone, that put their own money or did a crowdfunding and to get their movies off the ground. There's the sky's the limit right now with independent filmmaking. I mean, it's just, you never know what's going to hit. And if someone's got a real good creative idea, could be the next Terrifier, because Terrifier 4 is going to get filmed, and everybody in Hollywood wants to be in that, including me.
Yeah, and honestly, like you said, it started out as a low budget B movie that no one even knew about 4 years ago, and all of a sudden it's the thing. You got any? I'm a Maine boy, as you know. I mentioned Stephen King. I met him last year. I almost fell to my knees. Do you have a favorite Stephen King film that you've ever liked, that you like the most, or something?
Hey, hold on a second. It's getting loud in here. Let me.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all right. Everybody that has the panels, I'm gonna have to go in the bathroom here.
Well, I'm privileged. We got Leatherface in the shitter. I'll take it. Nate, what's going on? Amber's checking in with Dasher Slasher. She's featured in that film coming up. She's one of the killer girls. So appreciate you guys supporting the film. Yes, you guys are shooting some shit here. I love that you and Felissa Rose, and you got all these big actors that are coming into the B movie world now. You see you guys doing some scenes. You really dig that independent stuff, huh?
Yeah, and me and Felissa is great because she's also helped me learn about doing conventions, and she's got me into a few good stuff. And then we do our own show together. We did 8 episodes called The Killing Time Experience on YouTube, and we've been shopping it around, and it looks like Screenbox is interested in picking it up. So we're just waiting to see what happens. But yeah, I love working. Okay.
I love this show. It's so uncut and uncensored. You only get. I love it, man. I love it. As long as you're cool with it. This is great. Introduce me. You're getting cats or dogs or anything? Bring them on now. I love animals. So, you get any pet snakes? Can you hear me?
I hear you. It's just.
Okay. So hey, you ride a bike in real life. You did a little Sons of Anarchy, but you're actually a biker, correct?
I am a biker, man. I've been riding since I was 17 years old, and I'm 57 now. So I think my first bike was a 1967 Triumph Chopper. Didn't run very well, but I'm good friends with Robert Patrick from Terminator 2, and he's on Tulsa King now. I mean, he owns a Harley dealership, so I hang out with him and time to time, and I got my Harley from him. And then I got 2 bikes, and it's always good to have 2 bikes because in case you run into money problems, you can always sell one and keep one, and so you can ride. So.
So is that something you do in your downtime? Get on the hog and just go for a couple hours, catch some air? Is that what you do when you like to decompress? Of course.
Now there's not a lot of downtime because pretty much during the weekends we're out making an appearance somewhere, or we're filming. We got a couple movies by the end of the year, but it's I love the ride. So, and the wife likes to get on the back of the bike. So we got a 2023 Road Glide Limited, which she feels comfortable on, which is great. So
air glide, right? Suspension where it's like,
yes. Yeah, so she likes to get on the back of the bike. And then I got what I call my TV bike, which is a 2005 Road King with 22-inch apes on it. So.
And what are you, 6'3", right? 6 foot.
I'm almost 6'5", so it's just slightly above my shoulders. But yeah, CJ Graham too. CJ's he's got 2 bikes. He's got a nice chopper, and then CJ's a great guy. I hope folks get to come experience and get to meet him. He's a great guy. And
Mike Myers and Jason Voorhees with Annabelle under one roof. Get the fuck to Augusta, Maine, September 6th and 7th. Pay these people. You hang out with them. I mean, as you can tell, you're a real dude. You're not just going to go next. You're going to take time. You're a decent guy. I can tell.
And you have to take time. The biggest draws at conventions, I'll tell you, Robert Englund, Bruce Campbell, Elvira, and then Matthew Lillard from Scream. Matthew Lillard and Skeet, let me tell you something. Those guys will sit there and they'll sign for hours and hours, and then Matthew Lillard will do 400 photo ops and then go back to his table. But Matthew will sit there and take the time and speak with everybody personally. So look, we're lucky to be in this business, right? We're lucky that I can go out on a weekend and make money. So you got to give the time to the folks, because someone's dropping $40 on an autograph. You got to be at least kind and, ask them, hey, where do you live? What are you doing? I always bring little stuff. If they got kids, I got some skateboards my artist, Michael Toth, makes for me, and I hand them out because, we're blessed to be able to, the movie I was, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and I'm not even there's 2 of us that play Leatherface in the movie because I got heat stroke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, or I would have finished the movie and gone on to do the other one too, the beginning, but we're blessed that 21 years ago, a movie that I was in can still make me money today by going out and doing that stuff. So if you don't give the time to the people that are coming to your table and at least acknowledge them and be polite, then you're not going to be on the circuit very long, and that word will get spread around.
Dude, take it from one of the best. Brett Wagner right here. Big swag, dude. This guy's the real fucking deal. He'll kill you in a movie, but he'll fucking hug you in real life. This is the type of cat you want to roll with, man.
And I only charged. I'm cheap on the hugs. I'm only like a $5 hug, so you're good.
Well, get out of here. I'm giving you $6 for an extra long one, you bastard. This is good. I can't wait to meet you guys September 6th and 7th. Follow his page. Follow him. He's all over the place. This is just in my country. I get to actually share the arena with him and meet him in person. And definitely check it out. If you can't come to Maine, Brett, you're all over the place, correct? This year, next year, in the future, you're not stopping anytime soon.
Yeah, we're all over the place. But let me ask you. Let's talk about some of the paranormal folks that are going to be at this thing, including yourself. Tell me about who do I get to, and besides Annabelle, the real doll, being there, tell me about some of the folks that I get to meet while I'm there.
Met her 3 times. Tony had me come to the Warren convention and load her up on stage. Mohegan Sun. He let me. I got blessed by a bishop. Fucking wore the gown, the gloves. Oh, holy water bath, the whole 9. So yeah, Johnny Zaffis is going to be there. That's Ed and Lorraine Warren. You've heard of them. That's their nephew. Of course, Tony's going to be there. Judy, that's Ed and Lorraine's daughter. I've got a picture with her. She's great people. Johnny Zaffis, like I mentioned, but there's Ron LeBlanc. Of course, Jeff, who does his Ouija boards. He has human remains in it, human ashes. Yeah. My girlfriend Heather's going to be there. She's a witch. She makes a little jewelry out of lava rocks from fucking volcanoes. So it's all New England craft. You know what I mean? There's going to be decorators there. My friend Danny's going to be there, and Lauren. They have a hearse. And they have his and her hearse, and you can sit in the casket for free. They take donations, the radicals. And so it's a little different stuff. But as you said, man, we're all good people. And it's stuff like that sticks, Brett. You have a lot of fans, man. People love your work, not just Leatherface. That is, people, you ride that. But you have a big resume, dude. You know, I see you at NCSI and shit. Yeah, I saw your whole IMBD. I go, holy cow.
Yeah, and I just filmed, got lucky and filmed 3 weeks ago. I did a different NCIS and got very lucky, and it's always blessing. It's always blessed when you can get a nice union job. And I was going to Germany, and I got lucky because I was flying to Germany on a Thursday for the Weekend of Horrors, which is a horror convention in Germany, in Cologne. And I was like, man, I didn't want to have to cancel Germany, but they said, no, you're filming Wednesday. So I got very lucky. Little tiny truck driver scene, but it was great. And it's always nice to get on the set with a bunch of professionals. And when they sit there, when they say, all right, that's a wrap on Brett Wagner, everybody's like, oh, you're like, oh, yeah. I remember how this thing goes. Yeah, it's fun.
Jeff talked you up. You're a great cat. You guys got to come see this guy. You're a good soul. You got a good resume. And not even for that, you're a good person to meet. You're busy as hell, and you gave me your time. Brett, is there any place anybody can officially go to see you? Let's plug some stuff. You got a website or anything on Facebook you want to mention? I
mean, you got the Lost Leatherface on Facebook. You got The Big Schwag on Instagram. I do have a website, bigschwag.com. I don't know how up to date it is, but I'm pretty easy. Instagram, I respond to everything on Instagram, and we're going to be. But I tell you, what? Another thing that's that's come about in the business as far as making appearances is a lot of these stores. I'm doing in Maryland. I'm going to be at the Last Toy Store. That's what they call it, the Last Toy Store in Maryland, with Daniel Pearl, who is the photographer. He did the camera work on the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre and also did ours on the 2003, and has won all these MTV awards because he also was doing music videos for people like Mariah Carey and Michael Jackson and Van Halen and a whole bunch of people. So, and then next week I'm going to be in Pandora's Box in New Jersey, and these are stores, right? So these are, and I've done I can't think of the place now. It's killing me. Scarecrows, which is great. And so there's all these avenues, especially if you're in some horror movies and you're in some sci-fi things. There's all these avenues that you don't have to go to a giant convention and real quick.
That's all right. You're a busy guy, man. I'm talking to a grade A actor, dude. You're a great shit. If everybody wants to talk to you, I get it. You're busy, man. No worries.
There you go. Now I hear you.
Oh, get out of here. Look at that. You cleaned the system up. We're going another hour. You blew it.
Yeah, no. Hey. So there's all these places that go. There are all these places that you can go, and even if you're a fan, you don't have to go spend $180 and sit 5 hours in line. I'm going to be next week. I'm going to be at Pandora's Box in New Jersey signing, which is great. And it's a 1-day deal. CJ Graham was there a couple weeks ago, and they bring a lot of professional wrestlers in. So, there's you just got to be a savvy. I think horrorconventions.com, talks about all that stuff, but there's always these cool little places to go, so this is my week, Adam. Next week, I fly Wednesday to Nashville, OC Celebrity Marketing. They do a whatnot, right? So I'm going to fly to Nashville. I'm going to do a live signing, for 4 hours there. Fly back Thursday to California, and then Friday fly to New Jersey. So it's busy, but it's fun, right? Either that or I wish I was a motorcycle, knew how to build motorcycles, because I'd do it if I knew how to.
You just like to kind of get up. You're a movable soul, man. You got plenty of time to sit still, but for now, you want to go and you want to, because when you're coming back, that's where you're heading after Jersey. You're heading to Maine, brother. You're heading to Maine. It's September 6th.
That's right. Right after Jersey, we go to Maine. Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Look, there's, as I said, I appreciate when folks, especially a new con, but even if it's an old con, even if they've been around 20 years, the people that spend the time bringing in the cool guests, marketing really well, and putting all this stuff together, it's a big deal, and it makes a difference. And us as actors, coming in, we appreciate it because we see it. Because look, I also want to promote, right? I want people to be there. I make money. The con is going to do well, and people are going to have a good time. And if you
projects, all your projects gonna get love. Clown Motel 3, all that shit. You're a fucking stand-up guy. I gotta ask you because you danced around it. Give me your favorite Stephen King movie. I'm dying to know.
Oh my God, that's
Give me at least 2.
Well, I'll tell you. Wow.
Yeah.
I do like. There's just so many, man. I mean, I love Cujo. I do. I do like some of his adaptations, right? I mean, I do like Thinner. Bill Moseley's wife is in Thinner. I love it. I do like. There's a Shawshank Redemption is a Stephen King short that was made into a movie. So people don't understand how prolific Stephen King is, and all his. I mean, just huge stuff, man, has been done with. So there's just so many. It would be impossible. And now, isn't this new one that's coming out?
The monkey
something about walking or something where they have to walk.
The longest yard where people get killed if they walk under 5 miles an hour or some shit.
And I believe that's a Stephen King thing. I could be wrong.
Sorry,
I hope I'm not wrong.
He's such a sick fuck.
So I'm excited to it. But yeah, anything he's done is anything but people don't realize a lot of that stuff, that a lot of mainstream movies that Shawshank Redemption, all that stuff, it comes from some of his stories.
Yes.
So The Long Walk. Yeah. Thanks, Brandon. Yeah. So
one of your co-stars, Mary Kate, checking in. Brad, she says she misses you from Clown Motel 3.
Yes.
I'm wrapping up. Freeways to Hell's coming out soon, Mary Kate. Thanks for checking in. Your boy, Brett, you told me to have a lot of fun with this fucking cat. She had a blast filming with you. So I got to ask you, while you're being filmed, you don't have to, but I do tours while I'm up here to Stephen King's house. Thoughts Where Thinner was filmed with Gypsy touches them. If you have any free time that weekend, I'd love to take you on a free tour. Just whatever, man. If you want to do it, no, to say yes now. But if you're up for it, I'd love to in Maine while you're there. If you have time, go to Bangor and show you his house. That'd be a great picture. Danny's gonna be there with the hearse. That's fucking Leatherface, Danny.
I'm excited. Listen, I mean, if we have time, I'd love to. When you hear about Maine, Bangor is like one of the most famous places you hear about. So I forget where we're going to be. Where are we going to be?
Augusta, which is the capital. It's 35 minutes south, but it's the only place that Elvis Presley played in Maine was the Augusta Civic Center. If you were an Elvis fan, it's
a little history right there.
You're going to be dude. I got so many friends that want to meet you. You're going to have a fucking line. You have no idea. And you had a question for me already. Do you have any more questions? We're at the halfway point. Usually ask me a question. Did you have any other ones?
No, I'm good. I mean, talk to me about the ghost. Me and Felissa are pitching a show about ghost hunting. It's a little bit of a twist. I don't want to give it away, but it's a little different than the regular for non-believers. So we're pitching a show, kind of something like that, and so we're pretty excited. I came up with the idea maybe in the last 6 months, and then I pitched it to her, and she goes, "That's awesome. We should do it." So, what's great right now is there's so many places that need content, right? There's so many avenues with Tubi, Screenbox, Shutter, and then I love this new Fossum. I don't know if you've been on Fossum yet,
Awesome, great too.
but it's got there's so many horror movies. Of course, Amazon and everything else. There's so many places. Hulu. There's so many places that your movies can land or your TV show can land that it's just silly not to take a shot on all that stuff and try to put something out. You don't need a lot of money to make a movie or a TV show. You need a good, small, tight cast. You need a good sound guy. You need a guy behind the camera that knows what he's doing. And hopefully your actors or a couple of them are seasoned and know what they're doing. And you go for it because listen, I've watched, there's so much, I hate to say that it's crap, but there's so much we will go through movies, and my wife hates it because we'll start watching a movie 15 minutes in. I'm like, nah, let's go to the next one. And so after like an hour and a half, she's like, we've been through 5 movies, man. Just put it on one and let's watch it. But the good thing about that is that they're giving opportunities to folks your stuff is getting an opportunity to be seen. Right. And Sean C. Phillips is a prime example. His growth in movies has gotten better and better and better as he's been doing it longer and longer and longer. So, I'm sure it's the same with Damien Leone. These guys, their movies are just getting better and better and better. And there's just so many opportunities. So, yeah,
Felissa's great. Felissa, I met her at the convention Rocket Shock with Miko Hughes from Pet Cemetery, but I met her and she did the scream face from Sleeper Camp with me. That was fucking awesome.
Miko's a great guy too.
The Slasher Dasher director himself, Devin, what's up, director, producer. Oh, which reminds me, Brett, you just mentioned, so I guess you would call yourself, you're not just an actor, you're kind of a writer then. It sounds like you're a film writer to me.
Well, I mean, I have written a movie called Kill Billy.
Ooh, okay.
With Steven Niver. Steven is the call him the monster machine. Steven writes a lot of mashup movies, and he's really good. And it's not easy to get a movie made. If you write something big and spectacular, those big and spectacular things have a big price tag on them. So it's tough. I'm an idea guy. I can come up with great ideas. I can come up with a scene. I'm not a good writer, but if I sit down with a good writer, we can get something done. I mean,
bounce off each other.
Yeah, I'm excited. My buddy Tom Matthews, Friday the 13th, Part 6 with C.J. Graham and Return of the Living Dead. Tom's got a great script and a movie idea.
THOM, right? Tom. Yeah, I'm friends with him.
Yeah. Freddie from
you guys work
from
together?
Return of the Living Dead. Yeah, so hopefully we get that done next year because just the sky's the limit right now with horror and science fiction, and even the ghost stuff is huge. So, like, if you look on TV, Discovery, and all these channels, there's so many different ghost shows, which is great. I love it.
It's not so much like it's shunned upon, like, oh, you're the redheaded stepchild, like, oh, it's horror, or oh, it's now it's like popular to have Halloween all year round, right? I mean,
yeah, and it used to be, right? It used to be like, oh, you're making horror. Now people are like, oh, what are you making? Now people stand up and go, wow. What? How much did? Wait a minute! You're telling me that Terrifier 3 made how much? 120 million. So the stuff is, they're big.
Numbers don't lie, Brett. You know that. Let me steal a couple more minutes of your time, if you don't mind. I want some personal fun shit. Give me some favorite tunes that Brett listens to unwind or to jam out. ZZ Top.
Oh
Beatles.
My God, I'm a thrash guy. I mean, I love jazz, and I'm an old punk rocker. I got my Black Flag tattoo right. The bars right there somewhere.
Flag's legend. Look at that. The bars, dude. Dope. Nice tat.
So I'm a punk rocker. I love jazz. I'm an old jazz guy. I love the blues. However, I'm a big thrash guy. So some of my tunes I'm listening to right now, I listen to Toxic Holocaust. I listen to High Command. I'm listening to Sodom. Cadaver. I mean, I listen to all this stuff,
Old school Anthrax.
I do listen to some Anthrax. I love Anthrax. Of course, but Exodus and all this good stuff. But I'm stuck right now on Toxic Holocaust and some of these bands and a Fugitive, which is a if you haven't listened to Fugitive, you love thrash.
Okay.
Give Fugitive a listen.
Dude, Leatherface is giving me Thrasher tips. Get the fuck out of here. You can't make this up.
Yeah, man. Come on. I love all that stuff.
So let's see another one too. You say host. Are you host of your own podcast? A host of like, do you host horror conventions?
Well, so I used to be the voice of a TV show, Monster Garage, with Jesse James on Discovery Channel for 7 years.
That's right.
I hosted a drag racing show called Pastime, which was on Speed Channel. And then I MC a lot of MC'd at Sturgis before, Easy Rider Saloon. I'd be on the stage for 9 hours a day and taking care of the stage hosting duties. So I'd done that a lot. And then, me and Felissa have our show, the Killing Time Experience, where we just, it's all positivity and we love promoting the horror stuff. And we've had a lot of great people on, and so it's we're excited to get that on the airwaves so people can watch it streaming, whether it's on Screenbox or if it's going to be there, great. If it's going to be on Shudder, but we'll figure something out, because it's just we know our community is really tight and cool. And you mentioned Miko Hughes. He's a great friend. He's a good friend of mine. I love traveling with these people because they become your family. So. I mean, if Felissa has my number, right? Her kids have my number. If something ever happens, I will get on a plane and come take care of it, or I'll make a phone call and make sure some of my friends go take care of something. So that's the way.
More than a movie friend. That's more than
but that's the way I'm brought. That's the way I was raised, right? So if someone's your friend, you take care of them, and it's that biker in me, and
You guys got a bad rap. Metalheads, bikers, fucking horror movie people. We all got a bad rap like we're Satanists. We're all good people. We all mean well.
That's right. And I was in the pro wrestling world for a long time. I did that for 6 years. So I see that. Yes.
Yes. I mentioned it earlier.
I helped run a company called Ultimate Pro Wrestling, where John Cena and Samoa Joe and all these guys came from. John used to be called the Prototype. So
yes. Before in WWE's debut, when he fought Kurt Angle, you were there.
Well, I wasn't there, but I watched it. Believe me.
You have so many hats, Brett. Big Swag Wagner guys.
Well, you got to do it, right? So, Adam, you have to be. I'm not just an actor, right? You got to do everything. No. I've hosted my own radio shows. I mean, because you never know what's going to hit, right? And so far, I'm 57. I've been able to make a living doing it. I mean, I used to throw people out of bars. I mean, it used to be me and R.A. Mihailoff from Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3. We worked all the bars and the big clubs in L.A. together. And then, eventually we started making money acting. But you just can't rely on acting, right? You got to do everything, because you never know what'll hit. And I just hate not being able to pay your bills sucks.
It so does. It's hard to be like, oh, I'm a former actor. By the way, you got a dime? I know. I do the tourist thing, the podcast thing. I even run some booking agency. Just my client. Your fucking guy that booked you. We talked about, who. We're not going to bring it up. Fuck her. She's not getting her time. But anyway, you're more than awesome. I want to have some more fun ones from you, because you're a great guest. And I want to know, what does Brett Wagner have for a bucket list location to visit? Give me one for America and one for like Europe, Scotland, something like that. Where's the place you got to go? New Orleans?
I'd like to go to Salem. I've never been to Salem.
Massachusetts, of course.
You hear all this, the witches and everything else. And I think that would be just that's on my bucket list.
Pirates.
God, I don't know. I'd like to. I don't know. Overseas. Where would I go?
Ireland, because the castles and shit. I mean,
I went to Scotland. I was Scotland Horror Con last year, and that was beautiful. I've been to the UK twice, and I didn't. People, I don't think they like Americans very much, but Scotland was so nice. Scotland was so pretty, and people were so nice, and the train system and the transportation's easy.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind, and I didn't get to see a lot of the castles over there, but there's a lot of castles in Scotland that I would like to go to.
I was going to say, you go to these places, you kind of set up for conventions. You don't exactly do tours, I guess. You probably don't really have time between conventions and sleeping, I guess.
Well, Felissa and some of my other friends, Doug Tate and some of these people, they'll spend a couple extra days.
Doug Tate.
This is funny. I'll talk about. Felissa went to Scotland, and then I think got filmed a movie over there too. Some people hey, you're going to be out here. Do you want to do 2 days on a movie? And she goes, oh yeah, sure. So we call her the Triple Dipper, because she'll do 50 conventions a year, 7 movies and still raise 3 kids. It's just crazy, you know. So
Slayer music video. She don't fucking she did Slayer's music video with them in the jail system. I believe
that's right. With Derek Mears was in that too, I believe.
Yeah. I think Tony Moran's in that. I think. What a small world, man.
Yeah, it is.
Great check. Wow. So I mean, I was going to ask you where you see yourself doing next year, but you already know you're doing films.
Yeah, I got a movie in January, Shiver, which I'm excited. I got me and Marty Kleba. And Marty Kleba was a little guy, and that's right, Pirates of the Caribbean and a whole bunch of other stuff. Me and Marty, I'm going to be playing Santa Claus. Shiver, which is Vincent DeSanti is going to be in it as well. Vincent, who never hike alone in the wood, never hike in the snow, all this stuff. He's a great guy, great filmmaker, and I'm excited to work with him. I got a movie called Shiners, which will be in May with a whole bunch of good people. And then I still audition, during the week and whatnot for. In fact, I did a voiceover this morning before I drove to Arizona. I did a voiceover for Dodge Trucks, Dodge Ram. No, now audition, whether I get it or not. Whether I get it or not, that would be big, believe me.
I don't want to even say that because that's not even a good thing to say in the. But just you know what I mean. I got your back.
Yeah, don't say break a leg because I'm old. I might.
Stop. I gotta say because I do have other people that run conventions in Salem and Connecticut. I got other people. I got people that I work with that do like September Brothers do, but movies. They did a Dingus Day movie in Detroit or something. So if you're open to roles, man, I'll send some people your way to see what your demands are or whatever. And sounds like you're open to almost anything, right? As long as it's
I'm open to anything, man. And I'm FICOR, so I can do union or non-union and not have there's no restrictions and no one gets in trouble, especially me. So yeah, no, look at dude, I'm an actor. So we will audition for whatever you got. And whether I
feel like you know people wherever you go though. I feel like you go on a set, you're like, oh shit, I know you. Oh, you were in
Yeah, but you have to, right? You have to look at if you want to be an actor, you better when you get an audition, you better look, and especially if you get a call back, you better know when you walk in that room who the director is. You better know who, what films he's made, just so you have that as because if he asks you something, you can say, I'm always the guy who'll turn and say, hey, by the way, I loved your first movie you ever directed, and he go, oh my God. Yeah, you just got to know who the casting, you want to know those people in the room because you just don't want to, act like you don't, because it helps. It's an edge.
You're a pro.
You don't always get offered gigs just because I've been in a bunch of big horror movies.
Well, you just played
Leatherface. You just don't get them all the time, right? So you have to. Big Bubenstein casting.
He just sent me a T-shirt used in the Lady of Castle Des Moines signed T-shirt covered in blood and a dagger. I just got part of his movie. He's a director. Tyler Sheeman was on the show. He wants to book you for a show if you don't mind. He was in Dingus Day, believe it or not, what I talked about. He's serious. He will send you probably the link. If you're open you're open to what you do, Tubi shit. You know what I mean? So if you want some work, he's legit.
Look at him. I'm an entertainer. I'll work. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it is.
What do you get for a shirt? What do you got?
This is a motorcycle deal thing here. So it's
you love your choppers, dude. That's dope. What was it like to be Sons of Anarchy? Stephen King was on Sons of Anarchy. What's it like to be on that? Pretty good episode. Pretty good show.
Sons was great. I mean, I auditioned. It was the 3rd episode of the 1st season. I was riding with a club out of Las Vegas at the time. So, I was all excited. In fact, I wore my patch when I went in for the audition and they were like, oh. Yeah, the real deal. And then, then I would ride to the set every day on my bike with my patch on. And, and Kim Coach was a friend of mine from before. I met Kim smoking cigars. So Tig on the show. So, I was like, oh, hey, Kim. And he goes, oh, hey, what are you? I'm like, oh, but we didn't know how big that show was going to be, right? And no one knew how big. I probably would have told my agent, let's wait for a juicier role if you knew how big it was. But as an actor,
right? Yeah.
As an actor, you never know. You're like excited to work for 3 days and ride your bike to the set and feel like you're a cool dude.
Leatherface, you were filling in big footsteps, but you didn't know you've blown up. You like the Lost one because you did there's never been a film with 2 of them in there, and the whole thing. I know it's a shitty deal, but at the same time, that's your claim to fame. But your IMBD is huge, Brett. The craze is
but this is the deal. If you last long enough in the business and you live in LA, when LA was jumping, the film business is, especially in the big cities, is kind of dying right now. It's a shame, but with COVID, then we went on strike, which did not help the matters. And a lot of these studios lost so much money that they dropped a bunch of TV shows. And even my wife does payroll at Warner Brothers, and they dropped a whole bunch of her shows. So it's tough. And that's why, that's why you get out there and you hustle. And if it means doing a radio show, you do a radio show. If it means you get a podcast, you go do a podcast. If it means
fucking people, I spread your word.
I'm
getting you to man. I'm like, dude, Leatherface is there. I pushed Tony. I met Tony and friends with all these guys. But I'm like, Brett's coming on my show. And people that can't watch are gonna watch it. I save it to YouTube. It'll be up forever. Jeff thinks the world of you. The red carpet's gonna be out in Maine, in Augusta, Maine, the capital, right by Stephen King's house.
Voiceovers too. Here's another thing. 21 years ago, I went to make an appearance because of Monster Garage. I went to a car and bike show in Batesville, Arkansas, which is a little tiny town. That claim to fame is Mark Martin, the NASCAR driver, is from Batesville. And I liked it so much. I said, man, how do you make money in this town? And it was either the churches who make, or there's a brand new lawnmower company called Bad Boy Mowers. And I was like, and I said, does anybody know anybody there? And this guy goes, yeah. So for a year, anytime I was in a magazine, anytime I got some kind of publicity, I would send this guy the thing, and he would go drop it off on the owner's desk. And finally, the guy goes, all right, what do you want? I said, look, you guys are going to do commercials. Let me be the voice of your commercials. Let me do this stuff. And 21 years later, I still work for the company, and I've been blessed, but see, you got to do everything, right? You just got to do every single thing if you want to be in this life. Because listen, as we said, I have 2 motorcycles right now, but at any given moment, my 2023 Road Glide is gonna get sold, and that's just the life. It's just the way it is. So I'm not happy about it. I've been through, my wife, we were counting since we've been together 15 years. And I've gone through like 16 bikes. Wow. So we go through quite a bit. And she's like, well, let's kind of hold on to these 2 that we got, so.
But you're a man's man, dude. You're a human being. You're not putting yourself forward. You cover your ass, and that's smart. And you're open to anything, and you're great at what you're. You guys check out Brett Wagner is a great actor, great voiceover. He's a writer. He does almost anything you want. If the price is decent, he'll come to your conventions. We'll do your podcast. Check him out. Tell him I sent you. Don't tell him I sent you. I don't care. Check out Brett Wagner. He's awesome on Facebook. I sent him a friend request. He accepted. I messaged him. He came on. Didn't charge me a dime, which I appreciate. So the least I can do is spread people your way and bring people to me. Bring people to me.
I'm ready. Listen, you just had to holler at me on the big swag on Instagram. If you got something that we can figure out the time to get the filming in, I'll gladly. And if you need some other actors with a little bit of a name, I got some people for you. So it's all good. And as long as, if I'm doing a movie out that way, as long as you get Adam in it as well, or at least I can kill him or something.
Oh, please, dude. Did you hear that? Leatherface wants to kill me. You better fucking record that. Look at Amber sending black hearts. Thank you, Amber. You can help him. You can be his mistress or whatever the fuck. I don't care. Just do it. Dude, Brett, you're a great person to speak with, a great human being. We got about 10 minutes left. Let me just make sure we covered everything. You guys can find Brett right on Facebook. Like I said, he does on .com and stuff. What is the .com again, so people know to find you?
I think it's Big Swag at bigswag.com. But you know what? I'm easier to get a hold of on Instagram, and then on Facebook. You can send me messages under Brett Wagner. I don't have any room. I have to I don't have any room for any more friend requests, but I'll usually will go through. If I get a friend request from a director or someone I know, then I'll go through, see the people I haven't talked to in 10 years.
You tell
on
me,
Facebook
I'm unofficially your agent now. Dude, Leatherface said he wants to kill me in a film. You better fucking. I'm bragging about that to the pissants at work tomorrow. You know that. I can't wait. That's wild. Thank you so much. You've been an honor, dude. Is there anything I've left out you want to shoot the breeze about?
No, we're good, man. I just, hopefully folks come out and see us in Maine. And if you see me or see any of my friends at another show, just, tell Felissa Rose that Brett the big swag told you to come up and say hello, and CJ Graham or any of these folks, Miko Hughes,
So
Dougie
down to
Tate.
earth.
You know,
love
my
the
good friend Doug
horse
Tates.
fighting.
Doug Tates, Dougie Tates is also, he's in Freddy vs. Jason. He comes out of the water as Jason with Robert Englund's head, Freddy Krueger's head in his hand. He also does some stuff in Halloween Kills as Michael Myers. He's also the Jack Link Sasquatch, which is more impressive to me that the man is, yes, he's the Jack Link Sasquatch.
Pause and rewind. What is that from a movie?
No, that's the commercials, the Jack Link's beef jerky.
Oh, get out of here. He's the beef jerky Sasquatch.
He's the beef jerky Sasquatch. That's him. So we travel around a lot. And, you know, like I said, it's a tight-knit community. You know, there's some people that, you know, some of these people that make millions of dollars as actors, you know, still some of them are very kind and cool when you see them at conventions. But there's more of us that are kind of just the everyday guy and gal that would love to, you know, Scout Taylor Compton, who still works a lot, is just a sweetheart of a lady. So is Daniel Harris and some of these people. Barbara Crampton is great. And so if you ever get a chance to see these people, you know, just go say hello. You don't have to buy something for my table to come up. I mean, I'm not desperate where you want to push, you know, you got to buy. No, I'd rather come say hello. And if you got a kid and I got something I can give them, I will do it. So that's how you stick around in this business, and that's how you can make a living. You gotta be nice.
You said at the beginning, if it wasn't for the fans, you wouldn't be where you are. It's about the people, dude. That's why you're down to earth.
That's right, 100%. I'd be in jail, or I'd be living in Maine with you. I'd be living in Bangor with you.
Come on, dude. Stephen King's neighbor's Leatherface. You know how much fucking money that would draw? I'd be your agent. I'd love it. You're gonna kill your film. Brett Wagner, thank you for your time.
You know what I do love? You know, Creep Show is one of my favorites as well.
Brett, you know the hitchhiker. Thanks for the ride, lady. The black guy that gets killed.
Oh yeah, of course.
That's in Bangor. I know all the areas. I can match them up with pictures. I do that part of my tour.
Yeah, that's great, man.
I'm bringing you up. That's it. When you come up September 6th, I'm bringing Leatherface out for a Stephen King tour. I can't take no for an answer. It's my birthday to boot. Do you know this dude? Because I don't know them. You know Lars?
No, I don't know Lars, but maybe should I?
He did it a couple times. I've never seen his name. Usually I figure it's someone's friend that's tagged, so I didn't know. He put you were inspirational earlier. He means well. I just didn't know if he's a cool buddy. He really likes you. He says, stay humble. You're a great actor. He's mentioned a couple times. I just didn't know if you knew him. Dude, you've been a blast. This is literally a dream. I cannot wait to meet you. You better not ignore me. Say, who are you again? You better not, because I'll jump on your 6'5" body and go, I'm Adam.
Yeah, no, don't do that, please. I got a movie I'm filming. I'm filming a movie in November with Felissa, and I can't think of the name of it. Dang it! But I got to be in semi shape, so I'm
So
starting to work out now because I got a little fight scene, and I don't like to do fight scenes much anymore, but I will if I have to.
Is this your last convention before the movie, or do you have one in October after May?
No, man. I'm gone for the next 12 weekends. So
get out of fucking town. You don't stop. Good for you. You're making people's dreams come true. Even if people just meet you once, they go, I met that dude. You don't know what it means, man. So, dude, from everybody watching, if you're good, I'm good. I don't want to waste your time. I can talk for another 20 minutes. I just don't want to waste your time.
No, we're good. I got my in-laws here. I've made some chili, so I'm gonna go eat some chili.
Oh, rub it in, why don't you? I'm glad I can't smell it. Well, hey, Brett Wagner, thank you for your time. You got to write a book or some sort of memoir. You're going to be an author one day, but for now, you're an actor, voiceover, former host, biker, just a real spokesman and a real great human being and ready to work for you if it pays good and the timing's right. Hit him up. Thank you, Brett Wagner. Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you September 6th and 7th in Maine, Augusta, Maine, the Maine Horror and Paranormal Convention with Brett Wagner. We're going to have CJ Graham, Tony Moran. We're going to have, Annabelle. Oh, boy. I'm going to be there, too. Oh, boy. You better call the cops. Have a good night, guys. We'll see you next